Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Echo Pod. I'm Lily, and I'm super excited to be here with you all today.
And I'm Kevin. It's great to be back, Lily. We've had some really engaging conversations lately, from our daily routines to trying new things. Today, we're stepping into a different kind of world, a world made of words and imagination.
That's right, Kevin. Today, we're going to talk about our favorite books. This is such a fantastic topic for English learners because it allows you to describe plots, characters, settings, and most importantly, express personal opinions and emotions. Plus, it might give you some great recommendations for your next English read.
Absolutely. Books can transport you to different places and times, and discussing them is a wonderful way to practice descriptive language and share personal connections. And before we turn the page to our favorite books, we have a quick request for all of you wonderful listeners out there.
Yes, please. If you enjoy our podcast and find it helpful for your English learning, please take a moment to subscribe to English Echo Pod. It helps us a lot. And don't forget to share this episode with your friends who are also learning English. Sharing helps us reach more people and grow our community.
And of course, give us a big like. It really helps us know that you're enjoying what we do. So, subscribe, share, and like. Thank you so much.
All right, Kevin, let's start with you today. What is your favorite book, and what makes it stand out from all the others?
That's a tough question, Lily, because there are so many amazing books out there. But if I have to pick just one, my favorite book is Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari.
Oh, Kevin, that's a fascinating choice. It's not a novel, is it? It's a nonfiction book. What made you choose that one?
That's right, it's nonfiction. And it's not just a book, it's an eye-opening journey through the entire history of our species, from our early ancestors to the present day, and even a peek into the future. What makes it my favorite is how it connects dots that I never realized were connected. Harari writes in a way that makes complex historical, biological, and anthropological concepts incredibly accessible and engaging. He challenges conventional thinking and forces you to look at human history from a completely new perspective.
That sounds really profound. What are some of the main ideas or concepts that stuck with you from Sapiens?
There are so many, but one of the core ideas is the concept of collective fictions, or imagined realities. Harari argues that what truly allowed Homo sapiens to dominate the planet, unlike other species, was our unique ability to believe in shared myths and stories, things that don't physically exist, like money, nations, religions, or laws. These shared beliefs allowed us to cooperate flexibly in large numbers, far beyond the limits of other animals. For example, a chimpanzee can only cooperate with a small group of individuals it knows personally, but humans can organize millions around a common belief in a currency or a god. This idea was just mind-blowing to me.
That's a powerful thought. So, it's about how our shared imagination shaped our world. Were there any specific historical examples or stories in the book that you found particularly compelling?
Absolutely. He talks about the cognitive revolution, which was when Homo sapiens developed advanced language, allowing for gossip and storytelling. This was crucial for forming larger, more complex social structures. Then, he discusses the agricultural revolution, which he argues was actually history's biggest fraud. He explains how humans initially thought they were getting a better deal by settling down and farming, but it actually led to harder work, poorer diets, and more diseases, all for the benefit of a few elites. This perspective completely challenged my understanding of progress.
History's biggest fraud. That's a provocative statement. It sounds like the book constantly makes you reevaluate what you thought you knew. How did reading Sapiens change your perspective on the world or on humanity?
It completely reshaped my worldview. Before reading it, I often saw history as a series of events. But Harari makes you see it as a continuous narrative driven by fundamental human traits and choices. It made me more critical of the systems we live in and the stories we tell ourselves. It also gave me a much deeper appreciation for the vastness of human time and the relatively short period we've spent in our current technological state. It makes you think about where we're headed, especially with artificial intelligence and bioengineering. It's both awe-inspiring and a little bit unsettling.
That sounds like a book that stays with you long after you've finished reading it. What was the reading experience like? Was it heavy or surprisingly easy to get through?
Despite the weighty topics, Harari's writing style is remarkably clear, concise, and often witty. He uses excellent analogies and concrete examples to illustrate abstract ideas. I found myself constantly highlighting passages and wanting to discuss them with anyone who would listen. It's a book that you can pick up and read a few pages at a time, or get completely lost in for hours. It's not a quick read, but it's an incredibly rewarding one.
That's a strong recommendation, Kevin. It sounds like a book that offers both intellectual stimulation and a deep understanding of our place in the world. Thanks for sharing. Now it's my turn. Are you ready to hear about my favorite book?
I am so ready, Lily. I'm guessing yours might be a novel, maybe something with adventure or strong characters, considering your love for hiking and trying new things. So, what is your favorite book?
You're on the right track, Kevin. My favorite book is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. It's a classic American novel, and it has genuinely stayed with me since the first time I read it.
To Kill a Mockingbird. Ah, a true masterpiece. It's required reading in many schools, and for good reason. What is it about this book that makes it your absolute favorite?
For me, it's the timeless themes and the incredible narrative voice. The story is told through the eyes of a young girl named Scout Finch, growing up in a small, fictional town in Alabama during the Great Depression. It tackles incredibly heavy themes like racial injustice, prejudice, and the loss of innocence, but it does so with such tenderness, humor, and insight. Every time I read it, I discover something new. The characters are so vivid and real, especially Atticus Finch.
Atticus Finch is truly one of literature's most iconic characters. What makes him so memorable to you?
Atticus is, for me, the epitome of integrity and moral courage. He's a lawyer who defends a black man, Tom Robinson, against a false accusation of rape, knowing he's likely to lose due to the deep-seated racism of the time. What makes him so powerful isn't just his legal fight, but his quiet dignity and his unwavering commitment to doing what's right, even when it's unpopular. He teaches his children, Scout and Jem, invaluable lessons about empathy, standing up for your beliefs, and truly understanding others' perspectives by climbing into their skin and walking around in it. He's a moral compass, and his quiet strength is incredibly inspiring. The setting itself, Maycomb, is also a character in a way. Harper Lee paints such a vivid picture of this slow-paced, dusty southern town, filled with both kind-hearted neighbors and narrow-minded bigots. The atmosphere of the Depression era is palpable, and you really feel transported there. And the way she contrasts the innocence of childhood with the harsh realities of the adult world, particularly the racism, is just brilliant.
You perfectly captured Atticus's essence. The book also beautifully portrays the childhood perspective. What did you find most compelling about Scout's narrative voice?
Scout's voice is just pure magic. She's observant, curious, and incredibly honest. She sees the world through a child's eyes, filled with wonder and confusion, but also with an innate sense of justice. She doesn't fully understand the complex prejudices at play, but she feels the injustice keenly. Her innocent perspective allows Harper Lee to highlight the absurdity and cruelty of racism without being preachy. She's also very funny. Her observations often provide moments of lightness and humor amidst the serious themes. You really feel like you're growing up with her and Jem, trying to figure out the world and its complexities.
That dual perspective, a child's innocence confronting adult prejudice, is really powerful. What kind of emotions did this book evoke in you as you read it?
Oh, so many emotions. I felt anger and frustration at the injustice Tom Robinson faced and the racism of the town. I felt sadness for the loss of innocence that Scout and Jem experience as they learn about the harsh realities of their world. But I also felt immense hope and admiration for Atticus and for the small acts of kindness and courage shown by others in the town. It's a book that makes you think deeply, but it also touches your heart. It makes you believe in the power of empathy and integrity. And despite being set in the 1930s, the themes of To Kill a Mockingbird are incredibly relevant even today. Issues of prejudice, seeking justice, and understanding those different from us are universal. It reminds us that empathy is always necessary and that one person's courage can make a difference, even if it's just in teaching their children. It's a timeless lesson.
That's very true. The book's relevance really stands the test of time. How many times have you read it, and does it feel different each time?
I've probably read it at least 5 or 6 times, and yes, it absolutely feels different each time. When I first read it as a teenager, I focused more on the children's adventures and the mystery of Boo Radley. As an adult, I appreciate Atticus's moral strength and the profound social commentary much more. Each reading reveals new layers of meaning and deeper nuances in the characters and themes. It's a book that truly grows with you.
It's fascinating how different our favorite books are, Lily. Mine, Sapiens, is a sweeping non-fiction work that aims to understand the grand narrative of humanity through facts and theories. Yours, To Kill a Mockingbird, is a fictional story, but it provides a deep, intimate look at human nature and societal issues through personal experience.
That's a great observation, Kevin. Your book focuses on the big picture and universal concepts like imagined realities, showing how these broad ideas shaped our history. My book, while dealing with universal themes of justice and prejudice, does so through the microcosm of a small town and the individual experiences of a family. It explores how these big societal issues affect real people.
Exactly. My book relies on historical research and scientific insight to make its arguments, often prompting intellectual revelations. Your book relies on character development, emotional depth, and narrative storytelling to provoke empathy and moral reflection. One is about understanding what happened and why on a global scale. The other is about understanding how it felt and what it meant on a personal scale.
That's a perfect way to put it. And yet, both books are incredibly powerful in their own ways. Sapiens challenges your intellect and forces you to think critically about our collective past. To Kill a Mockingbird touches your heart and makes you reflect on individual morality and social justice. They both offer profound insights into the human condition, just from different angles.
I completely agree. And while one is fact and the other is fiction, both are masterfully written. Harari's ability to condense millennia of history into such an engaging narrative is remarkable, just as Harper Lee's ability to capture the complex nuances of prejudice through a child's eyes is equally brilliant. Both books are also conversation starters. You want to discuss them with others after you've read them.
That's very true. They both have a way of sparking discussion and encouraging deeper thought about the world around us. And they both remind us of the power of words, whether it's for historical analysis or for powerful storytelling.
It really highlights the incredible diversity within the world of books. There's something for everyone, whether you prefer diving into factual history or immersing yourself in a compelling fictional world.
Well, it's been wonderful discussing our favorite books and exploring the different ways stories can impact us.
It certainly has. And that's it for today's episode of English Echo Pod. We hope you enjoyed hearing about our top picks and that it inspires you to pick up a new book yourself.
And don't forget, if you liked this episode, please subscribe to our channel. Hit that like button. It helps us a lot. And share this podcast with your friends who are also learning English.
And we'd love to hear about your favorite book. Please leave a comment below and tell us, what is your favorite book and what makes it special to you? We can't wait to read your recommendations and hear your stories.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll be back with another episode soon. Bye for now.
See you next time.